We always recommend buying 1 or 2 of your gaming PC parts used because you can get some really good deals, especially on those graphics cards. But what if you buy every single part used?
We built this used parts gaming PC for $262, and we're gonna see if each of these parts deliver good value because we bought it used, or maybe we should have bought some of it new. But first, a word from today's sponsor.
In today's video, we built a super budget gaming PC using only used parts. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret though. The best way to maximize your savings is by deal hunting on a variety of sites, not just eBay or Facebook Marketplace. The good news is today's video sponsor, Jawa.gg, is one of our favorite places to shop for used hardware. Jawa is an online marketplace for PC hardware, peripherals, and even full systems that you can trust. When shopping for used hardware, it's a no-brainer that you should give them a look because you're able to find deals like this Radeon RX 7900 XT for just $610. And beyond just having sellers listing components at great prices, Jawa will also purchase CPUs and GPUs directly from customers to make it the easiest possible solution for selling off unneeded hardware. If you're interested in learning more or in doing some deal hunting yourself, head over to Jawa.gg today, and if you're a new customer, be sure to use code TOASTY10 to save $10 off your order. Big thanks to Jawa for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it.
So yes, guys, we went on the eBay deep dive and bought each one of these 7 components used, and some of it was really easy. Getting a graphics card, a motherboard CPU combo, super easy, but I had to go through over 10 pages to find a proper case.
That's the biggest thing with used parts, and you'll see in this video. There are certain things like the CPU, motherboard, RAM, sometimes a graphics card. It makes sense to buy used. You save a lot of money. But things like this case that has stickers all over it, and we'll talk more about it here in a minute, doesn't make a lot of sense and you don't save much money. But for $262, I think we got some good value here. Let's go and talk about the parts that make up the good value and then talk about the stuff that doesn't make up the best value.
So starting off, I went with a CPU, motherboard, RAM combo because these just kind of save time, honestly. You could probably get a slightly better deal if you go through eBay and like pick out your CPU, your RAM, and your motherboard separate, but I was able to pick all this up for 90 bucks. And it is a 6th Gen i5 and i5 6600, not the 6500 weirdly enough, but it's gonna be a 4-core, 4-thread. We actually do have some decent RAM here. It's a Kingston brand. This is 16 gigs, it's DDR4, so it's probably gonna be 3200 megahertz, maybe even less than that. But the good news is it's dual channel. That's what's important to me, especially for games like Fortnite and whatnot that really love dual channel RAM on these older systems. And then the motherboard's just a basic Gigabyte B150 MDS3H. For anyone who's new to building, yeah, B150, not a B650, B150. And I had to buy this separate, paid $18.14 for this. And this is one where, you know, on eBay, you can buy new stuff. Some of this stuff, honestly, like I would have just bought a new tower cooler on eBay, but I just had to go use. So this is an interesting little cooler that is specifically designed for LGA like 1200 or less essentially, but I guess at least it's a little bit larger than like a stock LGA cooler of its time, and it's Thermaltake, so it's a name brand. Now, used Samsung drive. I decided to go like name brand because this popped up for $29 and some change. So the fact that it's a Samsung drive gives me some hope that like it's a halfway decent drive, you know, a little less failure rate hopefully, but the exact drive is the PM98B1. I believe that it's just a Gen 3 drive, but at least it's gonna be a faster Gen 3 drive, not that this board, it may not even be able to take full advantage of it. I don't know, we'll figure that out.
Now for the graphics card. This one's a bit of a throwback, but still pretty good price performance. This is an RX 474 gig we got from an eBay seller called Respect.io, which was 45 bucks. Pretty cheap, honestly way better bang for buck, and honestly, this is a 4 gig, so it's not an 8 gig, but it would perform pretty close to those 580 2048s you see on the market right now. And yeah, look at this thing. 2-fan card, XFX name brand, 6-pin power, and yeah, it looks pretty decent. This was most likely a mining card at one point because that's what really all these 400 series and 500 series GPUs were used for, but hey, this one will do a great job for this PC build and should pair pretty nicely with the i5 6600. Now we're starting to get to the stuff that we normally don't recommend you buy used, and this power supply, which is labeled as the EVGA 500B, is one of those. I'm gonna get a knife and open it up, but don't you love the packaging of this thing? Like, it's got a tail, guys. I know some of you like that. So we'll go ahead and open this up like so and see what we got. But we have our standard ketchup and mustard cables, not anything pretty here. I'm trying to be careful not to cut the actual cables. Wow, look at this. So we got a 24 pin, we got an 8 pin for the CPU, 2 4-pins, and a PCI power, which is good. Now let's actually look at the power supply itself. Yeah, it's a 500B. I've never heard of that model from EVGA. 500B, oh yeah, I could just showed you that one right there. But it's 500 watts. It looks like all the watts, you almost get all the watts on the 12 volt rail, 480 watts. So hey, it'll be plenty for this PC build, but once again, buying new is probably the better price performance if you are gonna get the maximum return on your money when building a used parts PC. Now for the case, again, this is probably the biggest one we don't recommend you buy used unless you have like a local deal where you don't have to pay for shipping, because when you're buying these on eBay, shipping costs is gonna really raise the price of these things, especially for the eBay seller. This was $44, the Thermaltake H18, which for around 50 bucks you can buy new, and ours came with some, well, bling, I guess you could say. We got some MSI stickers all over the place. It is a bit dusty on the inside as well, and yeah, for the $10, just buy a new case, or buy a cheaper new case that probably would be a little bit better for a build like this. But hey, again, in the challenge sake, this is a challenge video, by the way, guys. We're trying to challenge ourselves to do all used parts, not really recommending that you go this way yourself. All in all, $262. That is dirt cheap for a computer, especially building with all individual parts and not upgrading an office PC. So let's put it all together, hope it works, and then dive into some gaming and see how it performs. All right, guys, the build, well, turned on. We haven't really turned it on yet with a monitor to make sure it works, but we're pretty confident it's going to, so we'll go ahead and hit that power button real quick. Love that blue strip, it's beautiful. You got RGB lighting. But we're gonna see if there's anything installed on the drive ahead of us installing Windows, because there's a chance, but based on how it turned off immediately, I'm gonna guess no, and we're probably gonna hit the BIOS splash screen right now.
Okay, so it works. That's
no
cool.
media present. I'm gonna guess that means there is nothing. All right, so we need to install Windows, which we're gonna use our modified Windows 11 USB, which there's a bunch of guys on the internet how you can do this. You can install Windows 11 on pretty much anything. It's just a matter of, is Microsoft gonna support updates on these PCs in the future? We don't know that yet, but for this sake, we're going to install Windows 11 on it. We're gonna play some games on it and see how it performs, because for 262 bucks, heck yeah. I mean, I think I like it, looks good. All right, gamers, we're playing Fortnite, and of course, if there was ever a PC of these run a performance mode, it would be this one right here. We're on performance mode, far view distance, low textures, 1080p, and we're gonna see how this holds up. Now, I think the biggest problem we're gonna deal with, and you're probably already seeing it in the top left corner with our overlay there, CPU bottleneck. We're at like 90% most of the time, 99% at times with that i5 6600. 4-core, 4-threaded processors in Fortnite just, they don't cut it. This is the first drop, however, and if you play Fortnite, you know Fortnite, more drops you go in, the better performance gets. But from what we've seen, there's still gonna be little micro stutters here and there with quad cores. It just is what it is. Is it gonna come back? I don't know. Oh, yep, there, wow, that was, wow. When it's not locked up, we're getting good FPS. This is better than I expected, actually, but it's really stuttery. So realistically, this would be one of those situations where I would lock this thing to 60 and call it a day, because I might just run into a battle here and get killed instantly. Nice try. Oh my God, they had the Iron Man suit and they were gonna mess me up. Oh, geez. Oh no. Oh no. The lag. Just trying. Oh, I locked up so hard. Oh God, it's gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me! Oh, there's a Peter down there. I have to be the one to kill Peter Griffin. Ah! Wow, he really got that off. Well, Fortnite. I wouldn't say it's playable. You could do other optimizations like preloading stream textures before the game launches. There's a full video on PC Bros, our YouTube channel for our PC selling business, that teaches you how to do stuff like that. You could do that, and that might make it a little bit better, but realistically, dude, there's a lot happening over here. Realistically, this is kind of what I expected from a quad core in Fortnite in 2024. But I'm still killing. I'm just still killing them all. But hey, let's move on to the next game because, yeah, Fortnite, I would say, is semi-playable with a little bit of optimization, multiple drops and things like that. That CPU usage should go down, but quad cores in Fortnite, it's kind of what we expect.
All right, guys, we're sort of in Apex Legends. I say sort of because it doesn't even feel like I'm playing the game yet. Might need to lower the settings more. We're running like medium low right now at 1080p because in theory, like this graphics card should be able to kind of handle some of the load. It's really I feel like our CPU is what's holding us back. I don't know why it keeps going down to 0. This thing's struggling. I think we're loading in stuff.
Yeah, Apex I think needs to load a little more.
But we're not gonna let it.
We're not gonna let it. We're just gonna keep going. It might just like release the floodgates here in just a second once all the shaders are loaded in.
Like stupid high FPS.
But right now, this is what we're working with, and it kind of concurs what we had with Fortnite and the other games we'll show you at the end. But hey, I mean, $262 for individual parts to build a PC, that's really hard to do. And yeah, hopefully it gets a little better here in a second. Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't even lag. Why do I have this loaded? Why do I have a P2020? Obliterated. Oh, yeah. Ow. Hey, man, what's up?
Oh, those have
Dude, these
range,
things are snipers.
Whoa.
They're snipers, man. Does the range really matter when you're horrible at the game?
Oh, my.
Oh, wow. Everything just feels so delayed. Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
I've actually never had this happen.
Connection to server timeout. Code water. What is
but now we're getting 293 FPS.
We did it.
Not a nice. All right, I don't know. Apex, it's either Windows 11 or they did an update. I know this hardware would have ran like better before, but we're almost getting that Fortnite level of like stutter now. So yeah, I'm gonna say AAA title like Apex, unless you're wanting to go 720p or Windows 10, not very playable right now. So let's go to the next game.
Yeah, we'll run our build to benchmark, see what we get.
All right, guys, we just got done benchmarking and successfully building our all-used gaming PC. Now, of course, this could be done with any price range. You could do this for $1,500 if you want to have a really awesome PC, but the main test here wasn't how good is it going to perform for the price. It was really, if we buy all used parts, what are our thoughts at the end of the process? Was it really hard to do? Now, I'm here to say that the shopping part wasn't like super hard, but it did take me a lot longer than Amazon, and building it was pretty simple, but the PC works. That's pretty cool.
And obviously, we mentioned this at the beginning of the video. Really getting the case and power supply is not really advised. Don't save a lot of money going that route. But regardless, we did run this thing in some other games, and you can see where that CPU bottleneck is having some more problems. We ran CS2 1080p low settings. We got 100 plus FPS, but we had a lot of micro setters, a lot of random lockups. So all in all, it's somewhat playable, but I would try to run that at higher settings to maybe avoid the CPU bottleneck a little bit. And then we ran the finals at 1080p low settings, probably the most demanding game we have tested, and got only 40 to 50 FPS. I'm actually surprised. It loaded in just fine, but in heavy situations, 40 to 50 FPS. And lastly, our 30 mark score was 3,561, which is a 7 cent per point average for a $262 gaming PC that we put together using individual parts that are all used. So let us know down below what you think of this PC. Would you build one yourself? And if you had to do this differently, would you shop for a different CPU? Would you go something different for the GPU? Let us know down below what you would do for 262 bucks.
And as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
So now that we're done with this PC, it will be for sale at PCBros.tech, and it's pretty cool. You can buy this PC and you'll have an actual video on it, and it'll be pretty cheap too.
PCBros.tech. We sell budget PCs like this and high-end systems, whatever you want. We got you covered. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. Save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.